And we are back yet again with the amazing Captain Admiral Frank Mignona here. It was so good to have you with us, Frank, and it's good to have your mom too, I should say. But I've got some I've got some questions for you, Frank, that I need answered because I am about to here in December to go to my very first convention. It's called GalaxyCon in Columbus, Ohio. I'm going with my friend Todd, and I get to meet Captain Kirk or Admiral Kirk, or he goes back to Captain, doesn't he? He goes back to
he goes back to
Captain.
Captain.
I'm going to meet William Shatner, is what I'm trying to say. And I've already got it paid for. I'm going to meet Riker, or I'm going to meet Jonathan Frakes, John Delancey, all those Gates McFadden and Brent Spiner. Super excited about it. Okay. But what I want to know, just in general, Frank, what do you think, and what was your impression overall? Because I know you've been to a couple things with your mom.
Been to like two.
Two of them? Oh, I'm so jealous. That's two more than me. So what's your overall impression? Did you have fun? Did you think it was cool? You know, just give me give me something I should expect when I go to this convention.
If you're getting like a signature for of someone, there's a long line. There's quite a long line.
Okay, I should keep that in mind.
Yeah, get there early. But I liked the ones I went to. One I went to with one of my friends. It was short. It was short leave. Yes, it was short leave. I went to with one of my friends because my mom and their mom were in the same group that all went to the shore leave. So
yeah, that's the USS Monocacy that we're a part of.
Oh, very nice.
Cool.
Did your friend who you went with, does he enjoy science fiction like we all crazily do?
She and yes.
Good.
Very interesting. So I'm glad to hear you went with a friend, because that's what I'm doing, as I mentioned. Do you recommend going with a friend? Is it more fun when you get to take a buddy or a friend along?
I mean, I didn't choose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it.
Oh, I see.
Well, what happened is, I wanted to bring Frank, and I found out that one of my shipmates on the USS Monocacy had a daughter the same age and actually go to the same school. And I was like,
wow.
well, can she come on also help me at an activity that I was running? So they came in because they did know each other from school. They hung out and everything. So yeah, it wasn't like he just brought a friend. It was
right. But did it help? Did it help though, having somebody to walk around with extra?
Yeah.
Or hang out with?
You guys hit the snack machine on
We hit the
pretty hard.
snack
Oh,
machine.
really? Really?
Ooh, what did you get?
Good question.
I have to know.
Good question.
I got like Twizzlers. Good Twizzlers.
Oh, I love Twizzlers.
Red or black?
Oh, good question. Good question.
Red or black Twizzlers?
There's black Twizzlers?
Yes,
I know I've never had them before.
Yes,
It's
crazy.
there are. They're
If they're
licorice.
licorice flavored, no.
Yeah.
Those were the first
Yeah.
ones. Those came before the red.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Very,
Yeah.
very
I
different.
don't like licorice flavor.
So,
I've had
Frank,
it once.
I'm so excited to hear that you're a Twizzlers fan, because that is, growing up, that was our go-to snack. My dad and mom would always have 2 or 3 of the large bags of Twizzlers, and that was, I would munch on those listening to Star Trek books on tape as we're driving to Indianapolis from Ohio. And now my family, we've continued that Twizzler tradition. Anytime we've got a long road trip, like more than a couple hours, like if we're driving on vacation or whatever, we've got 2 or 3 big things of Twizzlers. It's killer.
The question
Love
is,
Just
do you bite off the ends and use it like a straw?
I used to.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
did that as a
I
kid.
don't anymore.
I ate a whole bag on the plane to Vegas, and that was great, but it was a bad idea because I didn't have anything to eat before that. And I was like, I'm doing it.
So listen, when we all get to meet up for the first time, maybe this May, we'll see. let's see who brings the Twizzlers. We ought to bring Twizzlers.
Oh my goodness!
Have
It
a-
sounds like there's gonna be 4 packs of them.
Well, so fun convention.
But I won't bring
tip.
licorice. I won't do that to you. Okay, I would never do that to you.
No, I'll eat the licorice. I'll
Oh,
eat
you
the-
will.
Yeah.
So will I. I love licorice.
I don't.
So a fun convention hack, apparently, according to Mark from the other podcast, is
Yes.
Jake Sisko, the actor that plays Jake Sisko, which is Surik Lofton, loves licorice. So if you have a box of licorice, box of Twizzlers, you can maybe be like, "Hey, Jake, do you want some?"
I'll trade
Could
you
also
for an
call him Ciroc.
autograph. I'll trade you
I'll
for a
give you a box
picture.
How do
of
you
licorice.
pronounce his name? Because what's the correct way
I
to?
think it's Ciroc.
Okay, I'll have to
Am I
listen to
right?
their podcast to see how they
Yeah.
pronounce it.
How
But
is it
but I know this is
is
Mr.
Frank's.
This is tangents here, Frank.
Okay.
So let's get back to the convention, okay?
Mhm.
Did you meet anybody in particular that you thought was cool to meet, or it could be a celebrity or an author or maybe even just someone else cosplaying or there at the convention that you really liked? Who'd you meet that was cool?
So I met two. Well, one's a voiceover person. One's an actual actor. Bonnie Clyde.
Gordon.
Bonnie
Bonnie Gordon.
Okay. Yes, Bonnie Gordon. She's the voice of the computer from Star Trek Prodigy.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Very
cool.
good.
And then
He's looking up at the autograph on my wall for the other one.
I don't remember her name.
Amy Garcia,
Oh, yeah.
Amy
Oh,
Garcia.
she's
who
cool.
I
like
know
him.
from Lucifer, and you knew from. Remember George Lopez?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it
I need
was.
to.
Oh,
We
you're
watched
George
that.
Lopez
That's a-
show fan?
I got to.
Yeah, I like
escort
George
her
Lopez.
Okay.
To
Yeah,
I
you get
got
to
to
actually
escort-
hang out with her for a little
Yes.
bit.
Yes.
That's super
Okay.
cool. Both
Was
Dylan,
that
I
when you were
love.
doing the thing?
The
Dina?
robot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I
okay.
did a robot activity for kids, and that was one of the reasons why I made Frank come with me to the convention to begin with, is
I
to
was the
come as my helper
assistant.
to help. Yeah.
Yes.
And so
Mhm.
while we were there, I don't know, I got it into my head is like, hey, it'd be really neat if we got one of the celebrities to come participate in this activity too, just kind of a
Oh,
show
very
of STEM
good.
support. And Amy Garcia, she was there and she was very supportive, especially because her character on Lucifer, she's a CSI investigator, which is a very STEM focused
Okay.
thing. And spoiler alert, I'm kind of sorry, at the end of the series, a organization is founded for like her character to be doing like STEM stuff in the show.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was like,
cool.
this seems really neat. And yeah, she was very like gracious about, coming, she didn't have anything she had to be at during that time. And so, yes, so Frank got to escort her to where we were, because I had to go early to set up. And so, yeah.
So that leads me into my
That's
next
cool.
question, Frank, okay? Do you have any tips for a guy like me? Because this is my first time meeting any celebrities. A Star Trek celebrity, I think. I think I would remember if I had met a Star Trek celebrity. Well, I guess I met John Billingsley in our podcast,
Virtually.
Doug Drexel. Yeah,
Yeah.
But my wife is concerned that I'm not going to be able to contain my excitement, that I'm not going to represent the Big Sci-Fi well, that I'm just going to walk up there and just and I'm going to cry and I'm going to just be like this crazy person, this crazy fan. So do you have any tips for me that would be helpful to help me just kind of keep my cool and my calm?
No.
Okay.
Well,
What about
That-
Chris?
that-
Chris, you're just I know this is
Yeah.
Ask Frank, but I like my wife now has me all jittery, like I'm gonna be a total idiot in front of these people.
Celebrities
think-
are people too.
The thing that I found, yes, one,
Lots of
they're people
caffeine.
too, but like because the lines are so long, it gives you time to contain yourself. Like I was able to mentally prepare where I was like, all right, I'm going to be professional, I'm going to be polite. My only regret though is that with Riker, I was too calm and it was like, thank you so much. I didn't ask him enough. Like I didn't ask him questions, which I wanted to,
Mm.
and now I regret doing that. But also I couldn't think of anything that he probably hadn't been asked before. So I would say two things. Yeah, do the mental prep, just like try to calm yourself down. And if you can, think of a really good question that is unique and that they maybe haven't heard before or haven't been asked before. With Trip, what I would have wanted to do is ask them about the production behind their podcast because their production's really, really good. But yeah, also I guess it helps to see them interacting with other people, because when you see that, oh, they're actually not scary, they're friendly. Like I don't know why, but I had such a I got a huge kick out of hearing Trip and Reed have a conversation about where they were going to go for lunch, because it's like, all right, right. They're not just Star Trek actors. They also want to go for lunch. And they also just want to chill.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just a lot of mental,
Okay.
getting yourself in the zone, because it's scary
Yeah.
in the best possible way.
I want to follow up with what Chris said about watching them first before you do anything, to see just how they are, because everyone is, so different. So I'll tell you, at Shore Leave, which is where I met John Billingsley, at first, because I'd never seen him before at a convention, so I never really saw him. So I was actually more intimidated by him initially than anyone else, until his table, so I was at the USS Monocacy table for a while. We were almost right across from him. And so after, for a day, watching him interact with people, I'm like, wow, this guy's a delight. And I can absolutely go up and talk to him and then ask him about the podcast and stuff like that.
So
watch first.
What you're saying is stalk before you talk.
You heard it here first, everyone.
Whoa. Okay, now
This
you're
is
being a
a
little
sanctioned
right now.
stalking.
He's being a little too frank.
But it's not like I'm going to their house or following them at lunch. I'm watching them at the table, right across from the table I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Also,
you had binoculars. You were so also, Frank, I want to ask, I'll turn the tables a little bit, okay?
Oh.
You've been to a couple of these with your mom, and she's been active at the convention, right?
Yeah.
What is something you're proud of your mom as you've watched her at these conventions? Or what is something cool you heard her say or do that you were just like, yeah, that's my mom?
Probably the robot mini game thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Well, he missed.
that's my mom.
Yeah, you missed
All right.
my actual speech at that one, because I didn't take you to that. And you at Balticon, you only saw one panel I was on. So most of the things that I've done, I don't think he's seen actually. But I mean, not that I'm
right.
I'm
Well, he answered that really quickly though. He thought that was really cool to see you interacting with the robots and teaching other people that stuff. So pretty neat.
We're gonna do it again at Farpoint.
Okay.
Farpoint in February 2023.
I was the
Nice.
robot.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Very
he doesn't
good.
know it yet, but he's coming with me to be my helper again.
All right,
Surprise.
Frank. Well, so for those of you that are interested, I'm going to be at the Columbus GalaxyCon December 2nd through the 4th. I'll have on a Big Sci-Fi t-shirt, and so if you're there and you want to connect, if you happen to listen to this podcast, would love to connect with you and see what's going on. Maybe you can teach me if you've been to other conventions too. I'm a learner. I'm a student. I like to learn. So, hey, Frank, thanks so much, man, for answering my. I feel much better about this convention now. I really do.
He's a pro.
I'm the best.